Hello, my friend. So in this video, we're going to talk about the third, fourth, and fifth dimension, how to know when you're in each one, and levels of consciousness. So what do levels of consciousness have to do with dimensions? First of all, let's take a look at what a dimension is. So a dimension, think of it as a space. It's an energetic space. Levels of consciousness are your ways of thinking, how you feel, your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors. That's your levels of consciousness. So now you've got a dimension, which is an energetic space. If you're in the third dimension, what holds that dimension together? It's like a web that holds it all together, is fear. It's a fear-based dimension. And anything that aligns with fear. So guilt, shame, anxiety, anger, anything like that, anxiety, that all aligns with fear. So if you're feeling heavy, if you're feeling fearful, anxious, and you're primarily stuck in that, if you feel lethargic, just really heavy in your body, your thoughts are slow and sluggish, you know you're in the third dimension. And in the third dimension, now let's look at levels of consciousness. So emotionally, you're feeling heavy. You're feeling dragged down. Maybe you're feeling a lot of fear and anxiety. Your beliefs are such as, I'm not good enough. Nothing I do ever works out the way I want it to. They're heavy. They're limiting beliefs. That limiting beliefs, thoughts, emotions exist in the third dimension. Okay, so let's take a look at the fifth dimension. We'll come back to the fourth dimension. The fifth dimension, what holds that all together is divine love. It's like a thread. Just like fear is the thread that holds the third dimension together. It's all fear-based people, fear-based events, fear-based experiences. It's all about fear and anything that aligns with fear. In the fifth dimension, it's divine love. And anything that aligns with divine love, the emotional frequencies, happiness, joyfulness, gratitude, fun, laughter, kindness, uplifting energies, flow, ease, abundance, inspiration, creativity. That all exists in the fifth dimension. Now, your level of consciousness, so your consciousness, your emotional consciousness would be happiness, fun, laughter, uplifting energies, abundance. Your beliefs in the fifth dimension are, it's possible. If I can do this, I will find a way to ensure it happens. I will take action. I trust that I will meet the right people I need so that this can happen. I trust that I will have the money I need when this happens. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors all align with the fifth dimension. It's possible. You believe it's possible. Now, the fourth dimension, that's where you're doing your inner work. That's where you're in the process of becoming more aware. So think of the fourth dimension as a portal or even a pathway that leads you, guides you from the third dimension, that fear-based dimension, to the fifth dimension of divine love, beauty, happiness. It's when you're feeling good, you feel light and free. The fourth dimension is the portal. So when you're doing your inner work, and we've all done our inner work, and you come to a place where you're feeling so good, the tension is gone, and you're like, oh, that's why that happens. Generally, that's where we stop. You release that tension. You have the answers you're looking for, the solution you're looking for, and that's it. But to start to spend more time and exist more and live more in the fifth dimension and above, you want to take that a step further. So when you've done your inner work and you're relaxed and you're feeling good and you feel that peace within yourself, you finally understand why that's happening. Have a vision. What is your vision? What do you want to move forward towards? If it's more money, what kind of experiences do you want to have as a result of having more money? Or maybe it's a relationship. Maybe you want to get into a relationship. Have some kind of vision. So even before you get to that place where you're feeling peace from having done your inner work, have some kind of a vision, something you want to move forward to. Because a vision, that exists in the fifth dimension. That exists in that space of freedom and flow, ease, joyfulness, creativity, inspiration, abundance. So if you do your inner work when you're in the fourth dimension, that portal, and then you finish, you're feeling good. So emotionally, energetically, you're feeling good. But you want to have that vision of feeling good about your desires coming true, about living your desires, because you're creating that energetic space in the fifth dimension. And the more you create that, and you feel that, and you be that, eventually it will happen in your physical space as well. So third dimension, you know you're there if you're feeling heavy, sluggish, your mind's foggy, you can't think clearly, you're in fear, anxiety, or you feel helpless and you're full of despair. That's the third dimension. Now, we grew up in the third dimension. Our ancestors were birthed and grew up in the third dimension. So there's a lot of energies and pull that will attempt to keep you stuck in that fear-based third dimension. But you're on this path of ascension and inner growth and emotional awareness for a reason. You're here to spend more time in the higher dimensions of happiness, joyfulness, gratitude, fun, laughter, abundance, flow, and ease. So go ahead and do your inner work and continue releasing the heaviness, the despair, the pain. Just continue releasing that and have a vision. And as you emotionally magnetize that vision, that's how you will spend more time in those higher dimensions, the fifth dimension and above, where you feel good, you feel happy, relaxed, you know it's possible. When you feel light, joyful, often out in nature. Nature is a really good place to feel relaxed, peaceful, at ease. That's when you feel inspired, creative. There you go. That's when you're in the higher dimensions. There you go. There, your whole self just relaxed. So have some kind of a vision. Focus on that vision. Magnetize that vision with uplifting emotions. How are you going to feel when that comes true? You're in that amazing relationship. You're traveling. You get a raise. You start your business. You finish your book. You go swimming with the dolphins. How are you going to feel? Magnetize that vision with your emotions. The more you do that, that vision is magnetized to you and you are magnetized to that vision. And in that way, you start spending more time in the higher dimensions, feeling good, and less time in the lower dimensions, that fear-based 3D dimension. Now, we're always cycling through the dimensions. It's not about staying in just the feel-good dimension, because you're here as a light being, you're here to share the light. So as you spend more and more time in the fifth dimension and above, feeling good, happy, radiant, your heart open, and something will happen, maybe an unexpected bill, or you get a call with news that you would not prefer you didn't hear, something like that. It brings you back to the third dimension. And that's okay. You're here as a light being to see the light in the third dimension so that that supports the release of the fear and the heaviness. Ascension is not about just staying in one particular dimension. It's about you go back to the third dimension, but you get out of there more quickly. And you move out of the third dimension more quickly by asking yourself empowering questions, by knowing that it's possible, by remembering the feeling of feeling good. So ascension is not about staying in one dimension. It's about you go to the third dimension, and instead of spending days or weeks or months or even years there, you ask yourself empowering questions. You choose to feel good about yourself. You have a vision that's magnetizing you forward. And now you can get out of that fear-based place, that third dimension, much more quickly, maybe even minutes. And you can get out of that dimension and you're feeling good again. And you know it's possible once again. And you like yourself. And your life gets better and better. There you go. Take a deep breath in. Let that go. There you go, my friend. Namaste.